Oh! Whoa! Whoa! All right, it's the boy Naga, the King Star. We're gonna get into Hoodoo and Voodoo. So we're gonna get into what Skynet, aka Google, AI, or whatever familiar with you. Bear with me, bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, first we're gonna get into Hoodoo first. So, and this is on the spirituality/health.com website. So, all right, not voodoo, hoodoo. Hoodoo meaning can be found in a variety of practices from spells, time to moon phases to charm, curses, and crossings. Now, isn't hoodoo meaning? It is and it isn't hoodoo meaning. Although the practice of African American hoodoo is based on survival remnants of various African belief systems, it is not a religion. The misleading of New Orleans tourism, notwithstanding, it's not voodoo. Voodoo is a Haitian religion crossbred with Catholicism. Understand? Most hoodooists are Protestant Christians over time. It has incorporated, practices from other cultures, Irish, Romania, Cherokee, even Chinese, and Hoodoo system symbology have found their way into Hoodoo. Practitioners of Hoodoo hold their folk beliefs comfortably alongside their Christianity. The concerns of Hoodoo are earthly rather than heavenly goals. Spirit guides and ancestors are called upon to help with mortal problems, warding off evil, good luck, gambling, attracting and keeping a lover, or cursing or jinxing an enemy, gaining power, courage, money, sex, blessings, physical health, and good juju for life in general. So, some hoodoo meaning charms, mojos, divinations, and crossroads. Hoodoo is a rich and complex collection of beliefs and magical practices. Spells, time to moon phases, charms, curses, crossings, death interpretation, counter magic, incense, sagittal powders, purifying baths, floor washes, symbols, and sigils, drawn on pathways, potent herbs, and roots soaked in conjure oils, silver mercury dime talisman, and prayer bags anointed with sweat, blood, or urine are just some of the methods employed in acquiring that lucky life wears all after. Pretty much like root work, herbal work, spell work type stuff. Then you got the tools of hoodoo in the mojo hand or conjure bag. My bad on that. So that was just what they got to say about hoodoo. We could have went down and scrolled more, but hoodoo is it's not sanctioned. I ain't gonna say I was gonna say structure, but it's not structure. It's that it's not sanctioned. It's not religion based. It's pretty much spiritually based. You know what I mean? Don't get twisted. It is traditions and customs with it, but it's totally different from voodoo in its certain ways, but they correspond, to certain things. Because voodoo based, you have to be initiated, which actually come from the root of Voodoo that originated in West Africa, you know. And most importantly, with the voodoo, you gotta be initiated, and gotta go through. It's more religion based, not religion as in like Christianity and all these things. Even though it use the Bible as well, aid in certain spells and divination, but as in like it's a way of life. You feel me? It's a culture. You feel me? It's more tradition based like Yoruba and all that stuff. Now let's get into what they gotta say about voodoo. All right, this could be This is the wrong. This is totally the wrong. Just work with me, work with me, work with me. So what we're gonna do is that was the wrong link. So give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I had the link already ready, but it disappeared or whatever. Alright, this is what I was on. Alright, as you see, New Orleans, because it's highly known in New Orleans. Over there in West Africa or Ghana, Africa, be known as Yoruba, E5, or Udon, or other names. But New Orleans, New Orleans is known for the voodoo. Okay, and it says voodoo first came to New Orleans with enslaved West Africans who merged their religions, rituals, and practices with those of the local Catholic population. New Orleans voodoo is also known as voodoo Catholicism. It is a religion connected to nature, spirits, and ancestors. So y'all be seeing even AI Skynet telling you. So when you hear the word voodoo don't get all twisted because they took what's good for us and made it evil because it's not good for them. It can uproot the plan they have for us or get in the way with the plan they have for us. They don't want you tapping into your inner roots or that self, you become too hard to control. Then they said voodoo was bolstered when followers fleeing Haiti after the 1791 slave revolution moved to New Orleans and grew as many free people of color made it practiced on an important part of their culture. Voodoo queens and kings were spiritual and political figures of power in 1800s New Orleans. But you see how they say, they said fleeing to Haiti. Well, the roots of voodoo is, like they say, Africa, West Africa, Caribbean, Haiti. So they ain't gonna tell you about how Haiti was fucking them up with that voodoo. So of course they're gonna say fleeing because they don't want, they don't want people getting influenced to their own nature. They ain't gonna talk about them times. It's gonna put that fleeing from Haiti. But most important, you put take from that part is that you know that a lot of people who from Haiti or the parts of America that was put in basically practice their cultural traditions or even tradition Native Americans. It's in New Orleans, and they are able to have their be rich in their culture and their traditions and customs. You know what I mean? Which is voodoo. The care, the core belief of New Orleans voodoo is that one God does not interfere in daily lives, but that spirits do. Connection with these spirits can be attained through various rituals such as a dance, music, chant, and snakes. That's why they make snakes seem evil, but when you go understand the nature and what snakes do, it's totally different meaning. What they say, snakes even poisonous and venomous, but they use them on the staff in hospitals and healing centers. You got stuff like voodoo practice, where certain things you can go dive into it yourself. Now, modern day voodoo in New Orleans. Today, voodoo remains in practice to serve others and influence life events in connection with ancestors and spirits. Ritual are usually held privately, let let there are various places that will give you a reading assist in a ritual. The voodoo's spiritual temples in New Orleans, only formerly established voodoo temple located across the street from Congo Square. So, you know, all right. So, all right. So, pretty much that's what the web had to say about voodoo and voodoo. Continue to go and dive in more yourself, But pretty much, you know, voodoo deals heavily with the Orishas, and you deal with the Orishas and hoodoo as well. But they have the strong connection to its roots. You know what I mean? And voodoo is more sanctioned, it's more organized. And voodoo is there are rules and regulations to it too. Well, not rules, but tradition. And you have various ways of doing your practice as well with the spirits, ancestors, and certain ancestors or other rich guys or how whatever your patron is, you know. But it's not more of a section to where you got to be this to practice this or you got to be here to deal with this. It's more like a freelance. It's like our spirituality freelance. You feel me? We have to be initiated, but that don't mean run off, go use stuff and put stuff in people for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? As you see, all these spirituals was put in place to impact the lives in a positive way, and to defend and protect oneself along with family, but as well as if you needed to, to do other things too. But sometimes it's not that the spirit system or whoever relates to a religion is the bad, it's the intent of it. You know what I mean? Because you can use something good to kill, something evil to heal. You know what I mean? It's the intent. And another thing with this is, well, this can apply to voodoo or hoodoo, but I see a lot of people putting a lot of their work on for all viewers. Don't mind by me. Take pride and appreciate the work and showcase your work, but be mindful of the praying eyes because sometimes you might have a spell or doing some spiritual work, really working the art or root work. And if you showcase it to eyes down mean no good, they could put an evil eye or any negative energy towards your spiritual work you're trying to do that can delay You know what I mean? The universe, they can't block what the universe have meant for you anyway, but they can delay it. You know what I mean? So, mindful of what are you exposing your work to. You feel me? Because it wasn't that my work was like hidden, like as we hide, as we get scared about, or we don't embrace our spirituality. It was just, the power of secrecy. It's like growing crops. You know what I mean? When you growing crops, you know what I mean. A lot of people, they can say, "Oh, this fruit ain't gonna bear no fruit, ain't gonna grow, woo, woo, woo," but they don't know the time even that plant is putting in, to taking care of it. So when you do harvest, people just see the harvest, that they don't see that part of prepping and teaching the ground to bear that fruit and water it, and over time, they don't see that part. They just see the harvest. So it's the same way. And people can put that type of negative energy into your work, whether it's hoodoo. I mean, sometimes it was to, amplify they spell the divination or energy work, because sometimes you can have fine that sound good, or you can have people that see your work and they can go to their altar and try to work against your work. We ain't go too much in details, but so once you get involved with either the two, you understand. If you can go to Voodoo paperwork, you must go get initiated. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna tell you not to practice voodoo or Voodoo without being initiated, but I wouldn't advise you to, because you must respect the culture, respect the tradition. That's what's going on too. You got people just grabbing such things and playing with it without doing the natural homework on the first. So we as a people gotta get more aware of with the as we dive into our ancient knowledge, we gotta get more mindful of the positive and negative influence that we have on the world around us with those ancient knowledge, and things like alchemy and the voodoo and voodoo. You know, just make sure you flying by the right colors. You know what I mean? And if hoodoo, have at it. Just make sure you know you like guidelines. A tenfold out of respect. You know what I mean? A tenfold. Tenfold or whatever. However relating your patron, you know what I mean? Remember, whatever you send out to the world, you get back. Whether it's voodoo, whether it's holy magic. And you got people that whether it's a religion. You can have two Christians. One of them could be praying for a breakthrough in his life, and the other can be praying for that person down or praying for the same God. So it's things like that applies to just life in general, that applies to the spiritual world, or hoodoo or voodoo, Yoruba, and all religious systems or aspects. You gotta be mindful, because it's the same way you going to your God or goddesses and ancestors for things or knowledge or help with your spiritual work. You can have your own people, somebody in your circle, or somebody who's able to see into or impact your work. You will see them go to maybe the same deities, or maybe the same gods or goddesses or ancestors, and do the same thing. You know what I mean? To imbalance what you are trying to do. So you gotta be more mindful of that. You know what I mean? So make sure if you gonna dive into, you go ahead and get to know what you're dealing with firsthand, versus you just pick up something and go play with it. Because you know what I mean? When you evoke certain things and you have knowledge, you know what I mean? You can become the evoked, you know what I mean? But just make sure you're traveling right as we dive into our ancient knowledge, as we dive into the Akasha records, as our DNA shift, as we get more and clean ourselves. Just make sure we are using our, you know, ancient knowledge and our gifts and everything in a way where it benefits the world in a positive way versus just a negative way. You know what I mean? Peace, love, and light. Don't forget to always stay dangerous, vigilant as well.